So Tasha, did you watch the Golden Globes last night, or did you read about it?
No, I watched it. I enjoyed it actually. I thought.
Oh, and side note, Josh, I didn't mean to ruin it for you. I just forgot that you said I'm gonna watch it at 8. So when Tasha said go look at Instagram, I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I mean, I had a feeling he was gonna win anyway. I just had to give you shit because.
But in my head,
I accidentally slip up and spoil something, and people.
So in my head, I was like, I'm not gonna text the group what happened. I'm gonna post it on Instagram and tell Lamar, go look at Instagram to see what happened. Because I could have just texted the group and been like, Lamar, you were right. But I said,
or you could have just
texted
me and said, hey, you were right.
I was just trying to keep the conversation in the group. And I almost was about to say, Josh, don't look. I was going to say, Lamar, go look at the post. Josh, don't look.
If you would have said Josh, don't look, then I would have knew not to say nothing.
I almost did. And then because I went to go do something, went back to the text messages and was like, I saw yours Lamar. And Josh was like, well, now I know who won. I was like, yeah. But I mean, yeah, we knew Chadwick was going to win. I mean, we knew that.
I mean, with the Golden Globes, I'm kind of like, whatever. Not like compared to the Academy Awards, that's the big one. Yeah. But Golden Globes, I'm kind of like, whatever. Like most people that would get an award for this show means like, okay, we gave you your award. Now let's give it to the other people that we think,
right, who we really care about.
That's how I feel. That's what I feel about the Best Actress. I think they gave it to Andra Day because they're not going to give her the Oscar. It's either going to go to Frances McDormand for Nomadland, maybe Viola Davis.
I want Viola Davis.
That's a tough one.
I say Viola Davis because I think Frances McDormand, like, what's her name? Frances McDormand, right?
Frances McDormand.
Dorm, yeah. Like she's really good in it. But Viola Davis, to me, like I go by like who brings a lot of energy to the role. Like it's like what's her name? Jennifer Lawrence, who was in Silver Linings Playbook, had like a lot more to do. Now everybody else around her was good in it, but to me, she stand out the most because of the character she played. Yeah. So that's how I feel about Viola Davis.
Yeah, but I think because Nomadland, that's probably going to be the big contender for the Oscars because of the Golden Globes and because of the story and everything.
Did you guys watch it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How'd you guys feel about it?
I was bored.
I thought it had good, like, the direction, production, like as a film, it's really good. But like, if you're looking for more than like, you're looking for like a good dialogue, there's barely any dialogue.
Well, okay, so that's why I liked it because it was like natural. Like I said, it's like they dropped you in that world, and I was just in it. Like I was just stuck in that world for the whole movie.
Yeah,
I was stuck in it for like a good hour, and then like it's not a terrible movie. It's not god off like Mank. Mank was.
Oh God!
Oh my
Mank,
God!
Yeah. So that was boring.
Beyond my God!
That and One Night in Miami, I gave 2 tries. fuck the third time.
One night. Okay, I'm making excuses for One Night in Miami because I tried to pre-warn you. I said you got to be in the mood and ready because that is in the dialogue heavy.
Yeah, like I said, what I liked about Nomadland is I did like the scenery. Like I think it should be nominated for cinematography.
Mm-hmm.
Not original screenplay. No, fuck that. That was so like
I don't.
Too much dialogue.
How could you call it a screen? It doesn't even seem like it was written. It seems like they just dropped her in the world because a lot of people that were in that movie were actually nomads. Like so, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Like the guy that was crying about his son. It was. Yeah, it was like it's like they really just it was like a reality show almost.
Yeah, but they still had to write it, which where the screenplay comes into play, especially Frances McDormand's character. Like she's the main part of the movie, so of course she needs her story. But so it was interesting. Like I was bored, and I was like, "This is way too long." But it was kind of interesting to see like this world, like you said, this world and seeing like how they move about. And she even said she was like, "I'm not homeless. I'm just houseless."
There's which is a crazy way to fucking look at it.
Yeah, like she was still able to work. She worked for Amazon seasonally, so she was able to work and have jobs and make money. She just didn't live in a house.
It's just crazy that people make that choice. I think that was so crazy to me. Like, because we'll be stressed out, like, fuck, I don't have nowhere to live. It's like they chose to be like, I'm fucking just gonna go live in this fucking van. It's like that's your choice. And she was in the snow and shit. Like, that's a fucking choice.
Yeah, and that when she was at the gas station, that lady was like, they have beds at the church. You can go because it's going to get cold. Nah. She was like, oh, I'm good. I'm prepared. So some people are they're just about that life. So and more power to them.
It seemed like she didn't really like when she was staying at that house later.
She went to her car. She went to the
van. She didn't want to be in there.
Yeah, that's not her. Yeah,
what she's comfortable with.
And she summed it up all in that one scene when she was talking to her brother-in-law, and they're just like bragging about the real estate. And she was like, so you're comfortable just robbing people of their savings? I was like, fuck. I was like, that's a fucked up way to think of it too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was like, shit. But I still can make that choice to go live in the fucking van.
But they looked like they enjoyed life.
That's what I'm saying. It's like they were free. They were free.
They had their relationships with each other. They had their little parties. They had their little sermons, their services, and all that stuff. So they... It in that aspect, it was amazing. Just to me, the movie itself was just like, okay, this could end now.
Those were the best parts, where she's interacting with all these people, telling their backstories on why they chose to be nomads. Like those were the interesting parts for me. And there's a lot of editing in this one where it's jumping around. So I'll say that at least there's always something different to look at. But it's like only lasts so long. What's up?
And I feel like just as important it was her interaction, it was just as important to see her when she's alone. It's like to make the choice to be that a fucking alone, like that's like creepy in itself, to just be by yourself and not give a shit. Like you just don't care.
One thing I did appreciate about that movie was they didn't stay on a scene for too long. Like you said, Josh, they bounced around, they cut around. So it was like you weren't in these moments for too long. Yeah. But there was so many moments to make this long movie. But so it was interesting. I didn't like it as much as you did, Lamar. But it was an interesting movie. And when it won, I wasn't mad. I was like, oh, okay, well, I was just happy Hank didn't win.
But in saying all that, I think Viola Davis did a better job of transforming herself to play a character.
Yeah.
She turned into somebody completely different.
Like go either way.
Yeah, she transformed. Like a lot of people didn't even know it was her. I don't know how the fuck they didn't, but a lot of people didn't know it was her.
So, well, me personally, I never seen Viola Davis play like a role like that. Maybe I haven't really seen it, but you know what I mean? Like,
no, when I say nobody, I don't know how nobody knew it was her. It looked just like her. Like when people were like, she transformed.
It
was just her makeup and the weight, really.
Yeah. But I'm talking about me personally too. It's like, even though I knew that was her, it was a different role than what I'm used to seeing her in, which is good because I don't like seeing a person playing the same role. So I think Frances D, whatever the fuck her name is, she was great in 3 Billboards. Yeah, and this one she's good, but like
I don't even know.
I think she won for that one. 3 Billboards was good. That was a good movie.
Yeah,
3 Billboards in Ebbing, Missouri. That was a good movie. But the same woman from Nomadland is in it, and she won for that one.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
But like you watch her and it's like, oh yeah, she went for
badass in that movie.
Yeah, she was. She's good in every movie she's in, but this one was a little bit more a chill role, which is cool too. I mean, when you get at that age, you can't always do the
well, I'm on board for watching these nominated movies. That's the only way I'll discover these type of movies, because I don't dig for them. And like when shit wins, they just win. I don't, because I told you I don't even watch this shit.
That's what kind of intrigued me about these award shows, was that like these are movies I would not have heard of otherwise. So it kind of makes me kind of broaden my movie.
I was getting pissed off that I was enjoying these movies more than the blockbuster films that were coming out.
But that's how it always goes. The underground movies, always go.
I was just saying, like, that's why I just started watching more of these, because I was like, man, these movies I could walk out like saying that was a really good film that's got a mixture of like, it's funny when it needs to be, or it's serious. Like even drama movies where you don't think there's gonna be humor in it, they know when to put certain parts. Like during like what's it called? Like any type of war movie, when there's people that are sitting down talking bullshit, and like that's where you can have humor in it. You humanize,
even though they're in a fucking war.
Yeah, but in real life, you see people hanging out talking like, this is my new family, because who knows what I've seen my family.
Okay, so I think because they don't have the pressure of trying to create moments, they get to just make a movie. So like the underground movies that don't have the blockbuster shit behind them, to where they gotta create something memorable. They get to just make it becomes memorable because they're just making a movie. It's like this. These are my thoughts. Just put it on film.
I think
it's that the pressure's not there.
Yeah. Well, the person that made No Man Land actually wanted to like tell a story, like express like this is I want to tell my story. I'm not looking to make hella money back or like, you know, it's not a cash grab like some other franchises are.
And she had to be interested in that lifestyle to begin with to want to make that kind of movie. So there's a difference to just making something just because, or like, oh, this is an interesting way of life. Let me research it and, you know.
Yeah. But like the person that made Tom and Jerry, I'm pretty sure he don't give a fuck about Tom and Jerry. I'm pretty sure
he grew up watching Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry was
probably watched it and is like, wait, I got an idea for a movie.
Tom and Jerry was funny.
I didn't know it was out yet.
Tom and Jerry is funny.
Who writes this?
Did you watch it, Josh?
No, not yet.
Don't watch it.
Damn. No.
Hell no, man.
I just turned it on. It's funny. It's actually funny.
I think it's safe to say that's a movie Josh isn't gonna just put on when he's in the mood.
I wasn't in the mood.
That's a hard
I just happened to be going through. I don't know what I was waiting for, but we were downstairs. I just happened to be going through HBO Max, and I was like, oh, and I just turned it on. It's actually funny though.
I'll stick to the first movie they made.
So, they made another movie?
There's a first movie they made that came out in like the 90s, I think. Where it was the first time they actually talked to each other. And that one probably doesn't hold up. I haven't gone back to watch it. So I'll watch the original Tom and Jerry show. That's stuff I like.
But that's one of those shows where you just get lost in it too. Because there's no talking. Except for who's the guest on the show. And then it's like watching fucking Speedy Gonzalez or you're watching Roadrunner. It's those shows you just get lost in because there's no talking.
It's Looney Tunes. Like it's just 7 minutes each episode, like 6 to 7. And all this fucked up shit's happening. That's hella funny.
And you can't stop watching it.
No. Like I never get tired of Jerry fucking Tom up.
But just watch, give the movie a shot. Like I said, just put it on. It's funny. It's actually funny.
So I'll check it out, but I'm not gonna be like, oh man, this is good.
It's funny, but it's long as fuck.
Tom and Jerry is?
Yes.
Like was it like near almost 2 hours?
Because they're trying to put in a story with it. So Tom and Jerry are being Tom and Jerry, but they have a story with the humans.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I mean, I know it's live action. Emma told me this the other day, and I was like, yeah, I agree with you. That I prefer the way that the cartoons look like in Roger Rabbit. Still look really good. But watching the trailers for the Tom and Jerry, like them interacting with all the other like live action people, doesn't look like it's gonna hold up anytime.
It's funny though. It's funny.
Yeah. I'll check it out though.
And then they got the guy. I always think this guy is funny. The Mexican guy from Ant-Man, the one that tells the stories.
Oh yeah,
he's in it too. He's fucking funny. He's just funny to me.
Yeah, no, he's cool. Yeah, let's get back on track.
Yeah, so we talked a lot about Nomadland. So the other movies that were nominated, Mank, we don't have to talk about that one because I think you guys attempted to watch it. I watched the whole thing. I was kind of in and out of it throughout the whole thing, but it was on for the entire movie. So we could just.
I mean, for me, I was watching it and I was like, all right, let me just edit some things and see if it catches my attention.
So it was just background noise.
What I want to ask, Josh, did you get to the part where I was talking about where they were sitting all in a room and they were doing that bounce off conversation?
About the Nazis in Germany?
Yes. So they would do this thing like if I'm talking, right when I say my last word, you'll jump in and start talking, and then somebody else will jump in and start talking. And it's like I think they did that to try to make it a funny, quick scene, like a quick, and that was fucking terrible. That's why I turned it off.
It reminded me of Ed Wood, just not that much life in
it. So you guys didn't see the end when he got hella drunk and threw up all over the floor?
Nope. I cut it off when they were doing that bounce conversation. They did it for a good 20 minutes, and I just turned it off.
The only person I liked in that movie was what's her name, Amanda Seyfried. Yeah,
I like the girl at the typewriter with those tetas, and I couldn't find out who that was.
Tetas,
because those things was hanging.
I mean,
you know what I'm talking about, the receptionist lady?
Eye candy, then yeah.
Why don't I remember her?
Yeah, when she first walks in, Josh says, "What'd you say?
What's up?
What'd you say?"
she's forgettable in that movie. Like,
the lady, I don't even know who she was.
Didn't keep me.
I was like, who's this lady with big ass titties?
Like, I wasn't even. She walked in with the guy, and she's meeting everybody, and the girl's by the phone, and her titties just out. They were just there.
The one who was helping him type the play.
I don't know what she was doing. I just know the things was hanging, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this lady?"
The main girl, right? I was checking out the house assistant. You know,
I don't know if she's the main girl. She walks in with the drunk, the main guy, and she's meeting everybody in the room. All the dudes are in the room, and it's just one girl by the phone. Titties is out. She had the sparkling things on the nipples.
All right, I don't think we're thinking about the same person. Like,
I don't know who she was.
I was talking about the girl that was like getting upset because he kept on drinking, and she was the one that was supposed to help him type the script.
Oh, I don't even. Oh, the one that lived with him. No, I ain't talking about her.
Yeah.
No, if you guys are never gonna watch it again. But she walks into the office with all of the guys, and she's he's introducing her to all the guys that are in the room. And then there's one guy sitting by the girl on the phone. The girl's by the phone.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that wasn't enough to keep me watching.
I was just like, there was nothing else going on.
That was the most interesting thing about it.
I didn't care about nothing else going on.
I mean, I'd rather watch Showgirls. That's a better movie than Mank.
When you're falling asleep,
I love Showgirls.
When you're falling asleep, you look for something to hang on to, and those things was hanging, and that's all I can see.
And you were hanging on to it, but as soon as they left, you fell off.
After that, I was like, I don't care anymore.
That's funny.
No, like I don't care about. I'm not the biggest Citizen Kane fan, and that didn't even. He only made the movie about him because he won the best award for the screenwriter. But it ain't gonna be the same for this one because I'd rather watch Nomadland again. At least there's some stuff you watch. Yeah.
Was the controversy around Citizen Kane was that people considered it like one of the best films, and some people don't agree with that? Is that what the whole deal was about that movie?
I've never heard nobody say it's not a good movie. Everybody that talks about it says it's one of the greatest movies ever made. I've never heard anybody say anything negative. I don't even know what the fuck it is though.
I mean, I'm probably the only person. Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, okay, as a film, yeah, it's really good, but I'm like not really into not just that. I'm not just looking for the film aspect of it. There's other things that you like. Me, I prefer Casablanca because there's something more. Because in Citizen Kane, it's just about this reporter trying to find out who this guy was. Like this guy says this thing called Rosebud. He says Rosebud or whatever. Drops the little thing, the little snow globe, and the reporter's talking to the servant saying that this was the last word. So he's trying to find out what Rosebud means. So it's kind of like he's just going around each person who interacted with the person that just died and trying to find out who he was.
And find out what Rosebud was.
Yeah, but like I found out what Rosebud means and I'm like, okay, that's cool, I guess.
But I think even if you weren't crazy about that movie, Mank still could have been done in a way that it could have been an enjoyable movie.
Yeah, well, because
I was trying to
figure out like what he's writing, what's his inspiration for writing Citizen Kane. I must have missed it because I like Finding Neverland more than that shit. Like you find out the guy who wrote Peter Pan, and like with all the ideas he's getting, I'm like, I like this better than this other fucking movie. And it's yeah.
So, like I said, we don't have to talk about Mank too much because nobody liked it.
Not winning. It's getting maybe a nomination. I don't think it's winning. It
shouldn't be involved. It shouldn't be involved.
No, since it's trying to be nominated, it shouldn't be. It's Oscar bait.
Yeah.
Another movie none of us got to watch it was The Father, which I really wanted to check out, but couldn't find it anywhere.
I could not find that shit.
Nah, I'm about to wait till we can rent it for cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trial of Chicago 7. We've kind of talked about that movie before. I thought that movie was really good. I would have been happy with that one winning.
I thought that was gonna it won Best Original Screenplay, screenplay, and I was like, okay, cool. I almost thought Promising Young Woman was going to, but
I didn't think it would. I didn't think that movie was gonna win anything. I liked it. I liked Promising Young Woman.
I just thought it would for like the shit that it deals with.
Right. The plot was like very interesting.
Yeah.
But the execution.
Yeah. The ending, I was like, all right, it seems like they're trying to do like the whole Quentin Tarantino thing.
So you got what I was saying. You got what I was saying when I said they were just lingering in scenes too long. It's like I don't know what they were looking for, a laugh or what they were looking for.
And Promising Young Woman.
Yeah, that's the movie with the she's like fucking with the dudes that rape women, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, in the trailer, I thought she was killing these guys.
I never saw the
trailer. They kind of set it up like that,
like that, yeah. And usually when they set something up like that, and it's not, I usually get like, oh man, you fucking false advertise this shit. But what I liked about it is that you find out why she's doing the things she's doing to these men, not just the men, but women too that
were involved in this.
Well, involved in it, doing nothing. So like it's not like it's just one sided.
Everything was interesting about the story and everything. Just the execution. I hated the scenes.
And then also, like the scene where they're at the store and it turns into like a dance sequence to the Paris Hilton song. So the movie tone does kind of change there. So it kind of turns into a different kind of movie. I didn't see trailers, but I did see like pictures of it, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna check this out. I don't know what it is about really, but I'm gonna check it out. The picture I saw was her in the nurse costume, and she had like a needle and something in her hand.
She looked like Harley Quinn or some shit.
She did, but the woman that played Harley Quinn produced this movie, Margot Robbie.
Oh yeah, Margot Robbie, yeah.
But based on that, I thought what she was doing was getting these men to take her home, and then she like messes with them, like fucks them up or like castrates them or something. All she did was scare them, like into not doing it again.
It just made me mad because I would rather her kill them. I thought she was killing them.
Or tattoo something or cut something in their arm that says,
do something to these motherfuckers.
But you know what? I think that made her a little bit more interesting to me, to where like instead of killing these people, she was fucking with them. Like when she went to the dean's office saying, your daughter is this where, or like what she did with the one girl by taking her up to the hotel, or like the dude took her to the hotel.
To the room.
Got really wrong. Yeah, and I thought
is that the scene with the long ass crying?
No.
A fucking
wait, you talking about the guy crying or the woman crying?
The guy crying.
No, that was at the end. He's talking about when she went to meet that one girl and they were having hella wine and she got her hella drunk and then she got the one dude take her up to the room so she would think that something happened.
Yeah.
I went right after that.
I always like characters that like really fuck with you mentally. What could be like a worst case, what's called worse fate than death, to where like I'm gonna make you live and suffer. And like put you through something.
I agree with you, but make them suffer. Like that, there was she would just snap out of it, and then it'd be like a lesson, and then I'm out. Like no, do something to them.
But I guess that's like a mental fuck, because it's like you never know what women you take home if they're gonna be like me, or something's gonna happen to you in turn. Yeah. So I mean,
when she was killing, like when I thought she was going to kill these people, I'm like, all right, so we have an anti-hero here. So, but this one kind of did subvert my expectations of making a good movie, like what's called Gran Torino. I really enjoyed that movie. I know you didn't like it, but I thought like a lot of people thought it was gonna be like some action where he went to like you thought he was gonna go out and fuck all these other kids up, but the shit that he does at the end, I was like, okay, I like that a lot better.
It took a turn from what you thought it was going to be, but you still enjoyed it.
And it's a good way. It's not like they try to do a different thing just for the sake of being different. It works in the context of the story, and I didn't have to make some bullshit up like, oh, I liked it because I never seen this before, so it's a really good thing.
Right.
Like what they say about every other fucking movie. I'm like, no, it's not different. It's just
it just made sense on what they did.
Yeah.
It was different, but it made sense.
Yeah.
This movie at the end, when spoiler alert, she gets smothered by the pillow, I'm thinking she's gonna pop up. I'm like, she's not. I'm like waiting. I'm like, she's not dead.
Yeah.
Something's gonna happen. She's not dead. And then it goes to the next scene. It's like they're burning her body. It's like, oh fuck, she's actually dead.
Yeah.
So it did have me like that.
Yeah, I was like, okay, something's up. I don't think you cheated us out of this. Like, she hasn't got revenge on
He had his knee in her face.
Was that?
When he was smothering her, he had his knee in her face and everything. It's like shit. But I'm still like, she's
planned that all along. Like, I was thinking like, was she just too far gone that this whole thing that happened to her friend really messed her up. So she wanted to just make sure these guys paid for what they did.
Even if it meant her dying.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously she felt like she was going to die because she had all of this stuff set up to happen. Now, the text messages at the end was a little overkill. That was okay. But I still liked it.
Yeah. Well, did she get what's the name? I didn't know Alfred Molina was in this. Doc Ock.
Yeah, so she had something sent to him. She had evidence sent to him. And then she set up text messages to go off at the perfect time.
Yeah.
To the guy, even though she was dead.
It'd be funny if he already got arrested. They took him away. It wouldn't be effective for the film.
Like shit, said it for the wrong time.
Yeah, but I like when she goes to visit him, and he knows he done fucked up, and he's all messed up. So I guess she didn't want to fuck with him just because he's already paying for what he did. Like that was the lawyer that got the dude off, I believe.
Yeah. He was already gone.
And he's like, I want you to do something to me. Like those people that think they deserve to be punished for what they did. So, whatever she was about to do, he probably be like, I understand, and she's like, no, I'm gonna let you live. And stuff, which, like I said, that's even worse. Where you have to live with yourself every
especially
day.
when they feel guilty about it,
Yeah.
That's punishment enough. But I liked Promising Young Woman. I didn't think it was going to win anything, but I liked the movie.
I mean, if it did win a couple of things, I wouldn't trip. Like I said, anything but Mank.
I would trip.
And then so Trial of Chicago 7. I think the only thing it won was screenplay.
Yeah,
I knew that was going to win something. Mm-hmm. Like I said, Black is cool right now. If you notice all the Black shit that won, Black is in.
Black British.
Last time. Yeah. Okay,
two Brits in a row won. It was Daniel Kaluuya and then John Boyega back to back. I was like, see.
So did you guys watch the John Boyega one?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
No, that's good. The shorts.
Yeah.
Small Axe. Yeah, that's a good series.
I know he's in one, and what's her name? Suri from Black Panther.
She's in one too. She's in the first one. John Boyega's in the third one. The second one's like this house party, and it's funny because this house party, now I have the song on my Spotify. I actually listened to the song from the house party. The whole shit is just interesting. Like it's hella interesting.
Yeah, I need to check that one out. But what was I gonna say? So the Billie Holiday movie was good. I thought that one was a good one. I watched that one yesterday, and I thought she was really good. Like, I don't want to say the movie was really good. The movie was good, but she was really good in the movie. So I thought her winning that award was very well deserved. I also watched Palm Springs. Have you guys heard of that one?
Yeah, I heard about it, but I didn't see it.
I liked it.
I don't know what that is.
It's with
I liked it. Is it that I
liked it? Is it Promising Young Woman? I liked it.
No.
I really enjoyed that one. Yeah.
What's his name? Andy Samberg from The Lonely Island. You know that group that did I'm on a Boat with T-Pain. They're the Saturday Night Live.
Oh, from that cop show.
Yes, Brooklyn
Nine-Nine. Yeah, one of them.
Yeah. So it's almost like an Adam Sandler comedy type of movie.
But he's Adam Sandler funny too, because he had the one movie where he's like a pop star.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was hella funny. It's like it's like he's not trying hard, but it's funny.
Yeah, that's how I felt about Palm Springs.
Yeah. Okay.
So I thought it was funny. It's one of those kind of like, oh, okay, yeah, that was funny, but I don't need to watch it.
There was a couple of nominations that I was glad that they won, but I thought they were going to give it to somebody else. Like, I thought Hamilton was going to win for best musical or comedy.
Hoping it would win, but Borat
won.
And then Borat 2, I was like, oh shit.
Okay, so I started watching Borat 2 and immediately lost interest. I'll try again.
That shit had me cracking.
The first one was hella funny, so that's why I said I'll try again. I think it took too long to get to the movie in part 2. I didn't care about the backstory. Just fucking go back to America.
That's the thing that I didn't mind it, because he was just making jokes like he was in the first one throughout the whole movie.
But no, that's all. I wanted them to get to, because at a certain point it's like reality basically. So in part 2, they do that long ass setup where he's like working the chain gang and shit and doing all this extra shit. I'm like, just get to the movie.
No, I'm laughing my ass off during that time, so I'm enjoying it. So
I didn't watch it.
I'll try again because the first one was hella funny.
Yeah, no, the first one's great. First one,
the first one was, like, but I think also because it was like
brand new,
weren't expecting it. Yeah, it was just
over
the top crazy.
When I first saw the first one, I had no idea it was like I thought it was actual character. I thought like
he was a real person.
That's what I thought too.
I thought that was how he was. I thought that's how he was, or at least like it was scripted, but Borat was a real person. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, it makes sense because he's not breaking character. It's not like,
not at all.
No, he's improving it.
I didn't even know that was him with Talladega. I never know when it's him playing something else. I never know until somebody tells me like, yes, the guy from Borat. I'm like, nah.
Even Trial of Chicago 7.
Yeah, when you guys told me that, I'm like, hell no, that's not him. Because he gets so into that fucking character, you think it's him. You think that's just how he is. Yeah. I really like Chicago 7. I just didn't like that main guy.
Oh, Eddie Raymond.
He was so over the top. Every line he had, it was like he was like super irritated. Like, fucking relax, all right? Just say the line.
I mean, I kind of get why he was after.
Not in every scene. Not in you can't be that irritated in every scene.
He could be.
He pissed me off.
Depending on what you went through. Maybe he needed to smoke joint like the other two guys.
Every other person on that trial was like great. Every other person. I didn't like him. And I didn't like that the lawyer was set up to feel some type of way about it, but he just still went through it. Nothing came from that. Nothing came from him being like, I don't know, man. It was like what was the point of it?
Did you like that movie, I Care a Lot, Lamar? I saw you rated it, but
yeah.
Because that she won for Best Actress.
Because it was
Best Actress. Is it worth checking out?
Are you guys gonna watch it?
If it's going to be nominated, then yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think you guys should watch it before I give my opinion on it.
Okay.
Wait. So the first person that won like Best Supporting Actor,
Daniel Kaluuya,
and I wanted to mention like 3 other times you saw somebody like through the Zoom, whatever it is, through the camera, because when Daniel Kaluuya won, like Bill Murray was cool with it, like everybody else was cool with it, but Jared Leto seemed like he was butthurt that he didn't get the award that he thought he deserved. Yeah, because everybody's like cheering him on, like clapping.
And Jared Leto's just sitting there like,
I did method acting.
Terrible method acting.
Yeah, I was like, don't get mad because he was in a better movie. He had a better performance than you did. So, you know, I think
his role was over the fucking top.
I got mine. Was that?
Yeah, everybody else said like, I got my award. Look at him over there crying like a bitch. We already got ours.
Yeah.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. Like I said,
he didn't deserve one for that.
I'm not the biggest Daniel Kaluuya fan, but like if somebody said, hey, Josh, Daniel Kaluuya's in this, but you can watch this other movie with Jared Leto. You know what movie I'm going to choose.
Jared Leto.
Jared Leto. No.
Daniel Kaluuya movie or the next Joker movie with Jared Leto?
No, fucking put Daniel Kaluuya as the Joker.
So did Lakeith win anything?
He wasn't nominated. That was the only Judas nomination.
Oh, that's fucked up.
So, you know who Jane Fonda is, Lamar?
I heard that name before.
She's an actress. She used to do the exercise tapes back in the day, back in like the 90s. But she's an actress from like, she's been acting for years.
Give me like a popular movie. I know that name.
9 to 5.
Another one?
Mother-in-Law.
Another one?
J-Lo.
Let me just look.
I don't think it's just been in the movie that you were seeing. She
did a lot of older movies.
Yeah.
So I can't think of anything.
No, I know that I've heard that name before.
But she's an actress that's been around for a long time. She's 83 now, which is crazy because she doesn't look 83. She's got
she used to have brown hair, right?
I think so. She's got great like silver hair now, but no, she won a special award last night, and when she was up there, she was talking about, you know, inclusiveness and everything, and then she called out all of the movies that weren't nominated. So she called out the fact that Judas wasn't nominated.
Are you serious?
This movie Minari, she was like, because it was nominated for foreign when it should have been in because it's a USA movie. So it's like, why is it in the foreign category and not Best Picture. And then she mentioned I May Destroy You because the Golden Globes is TV and movies.
Oh, she didn't get no nomination for that?
That show got nothing. So Jane Fonda was basically up there saying, like, you left out all of these amazing projects, which is bullshit. Wow. So I made
that one should have been nominated.
And she called out the fact that it was a show that touched on all different variations of assault. Like, that's how important that show was.
So that show was a better example of what Promising Young Woman should have done.
You talking about the last episode?
I'm talking about just the series in general. How she would, the way she would go about exposing people and like embarrassing them. I feel like it was way more impactful
in public.
Right?
Did you watch
way more impactful?
I watched about a couple episodes and kind of lost interest in it. Like her, no, I mean, like the main actress, her accent kind of got on my nerves.
Was it kind of hard to understand?
Kind of, yeah.
Well, okay, no. I can understand what he's saying.
Another shot. Yeah,
I can understand it because I've been watching those type of shows. I finally forgave it because I watch those kind of shows and then I watch the battle rap with those rappers. When I used to watch the battle rap with those rappers, I used to get so irritated because like I don't know what the fuck you're saying, and everybody would be cheering. And I'm like, you're saying it in English, but I don't know what the fuck you're saying.
Like I missed it.
But then when I watched like the Attack the Block, and then I watched they had some shows that they put out too after Attack the Block. So it's like I would keep watching that shit to where I could understand finally what they were saying.
Yeah.
So when I watched I May Destroy You, I could keep up with it.
Yeah, even Daniel Kaluuya, his accent is really thick when he's just talking regularly. Like
when he's talking regular,
speech, and they talk fast, so it was like it was a good show, but it was pretty dope that Jane Fonda called out the award show for leaving out.
I can't believe that wasn't nominated.
I'll say, I mean, like Tasha, do agree with you, like about Mank. That's going to be nominated because it's
of the kind of movie. It's a Hollywood movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I thought it was going to win, just because
Yeah. Well, usually, like here's what they do. Like something like La La Land won Best Director, which I thought Hacksaw Ridge should have won for Best Director. And then the Best Picture goes.
I haven't seen La La Land.
You're not missing.
You're not missing much.
But no, but that okay. So that's where
Lamar, that starts out really good, and then there's a shift in tone throughout the movie, because they're still singing in it, but it gets a little bit too.
It's a musical.
In the beginning, it is.
Yeah, and then you forget it's a musical, and then the music comes back later. You're like, oh shit, I forgot this was a musical.
Yeah.
It's not consistent at all.
Yeah. But that's the Hollywood thing that's going to win Best Director, because I get why La La Land would win, but I don't think Mank has a chance at all. It's too.
The thing is, Mank shouldn't have a chance. But like Tasha said, they shot for Hollywood. It's a Hollywood movie. But like a lot of people are just going to look at everybody in it like, oh yeah, this is good.
Yeah. That should have been out, and Judas should have been in.
Yeah, no, I would have taken that out. Yeah, and put Judas in it. Yeah, but the funny thing is, like, let's say if Mank won anything, like let's say they won Director, Best Picture, it's like fuck, Citizen Kane didn't win anything but the Best Original Screenplay, and I think that deserved award more
over
than
this movie. Yeah.
But what does Citizen Kane go up against though?
Yeah. I gotta look it up.
But it was nominated for like 10 categories.
Yeah.
Right?
Now, if Gone with the Wind was out at that time, who would you pick? Citizen Kane or Gone with the Wind?
Citizen Kane.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I still haven't seen.
That's not a bad example.
So, yeah. Well, there's been like a list of I forgot what it's called, like movies they thought like didn't deserve Best Picture. Mm-hmm. Like movies that won Best Director, they think should win Best Picture. Like I know you like this film, Tasha. There's been like some disagreements of how they said Shakespeare in Love shouldn't have won the Best Picture. They thought it should have gone to Saving Private Ryan. But I don't know.
Saving Private Ryan is a fucking classic.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like Tasha, do you think you know why Shakespeare in Love might have won Best Picture that year? Because I don't know what the movie's about. I've never seen it, so I can't really.
I never seen it either.
Yeah.
Well, so Saving Private Ryan is a war movie, and Shakespeare in Love is more of a love story based on Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
So that's more Hollywood than
I get it. It's the politics behind it. When you say Shakespeare, it's like they damn near feel like they're being disrespectful if it doesn't win.
But I also, so I never, because I'm not a big war movie fan, so I don't usually watch them. So I haven't seen Saving Private Ryan, so I can't speak to seeing it. But it's knowing about the movie, they were both.
But wasn't it like the first time like a woman actually played? Because remember back in the day, they only had men playing women.
Yeah.
Shakespeare plays. So do you think that's another thing where it's like the first time a woman's played a woman in a play, and she had to pretend to be a man? She had to pretend to be a man playing a woman when she was already a woman in Shakespeare Love. Like, I wonder if that's the whole thing, the whole controversial of that.
I don't know. I thought Shakespeare in Love was a good movie, so I like.
I said, I'd never seen it. I wouldn't mind checking it out because
Shakespeare in Love.
Yeah, we're thinking about watching all the movies that were like that won Best Picture, and we watched this movie called In the Heat of the Night.
Is that with Sidney Poitier? Yeah,
that's old.
Yeah, it's really good though. Like,
oh no, I when I say old, I don't mean it's bad. I'm saying that's old.
You guys are watching?
No, it is old. It is.
Winners of the Oscars is what you're watching?
Yeah, like when it comes to
Best
Pictures. Yeah. I'm like, I mean, not every day, but like once in a while, I'm like, all right, let's check out this one.
Right.
Like the next one I wanted to check out is I do want to check out Gone with the Wind because, Gone with the Wind.
I'm like this about it. Like I want to watch it, but then I don't know. Yeah. Every time I think of that movie, I always do that.
There's a lot of movies like that. I'm just not gonna jump to watch it. So.
Yeah.
And then Soul won for animated, which I watched one of the other animated movies. That was the only one really that I could see winning.
Yeah.
Out of the other.
What else was it?
The Croods, the second Croods movie. Onward.
Yeah.
Over the Moon. And Wolfwalkers. See, and then Soul's Pixar.
Pixar always, unless it's Spider-Man.
Okay,
Pixar always wins.
Right. Let me stop. Okay, so Soul wasn't a bad movie. They just led me on like fucking. they gotta stop leading me on with this shit, man. They led me on
trailers.
No, it's not. But I said with this one, it wasn't even the trailer. It was the people in it.
Talking about the movie, like
the music in this, the music. I could see if that was the focus. So when I go in expecting that, then I expect that. But when you give me something else, I'm like, what the fuck am I watching?
Well, the only other animated movie I watched was Over the Moon because that's on Netflix. So I watched that one, and it was cute, but I was like, this isn't gonna win.
Nah, I was laughing at like this at Soul one. I was like, I knew it. And they had the two white people accept the speech. I was like, that would make sense. And then they pulled out the little
iPad or whatever.
The black guy.
Oh.
I was like, oh man, he's the perfect black guy for Disney.
So
picture the way he is.
When they were talking about, the needing more diversity and the HFPA, is that what it's called?
That's everybody's anger right now.
But they were trying to like touch on it during the show and it just didn't seem genuine. So when the three people from the HFPA came out and they were like, yeah, we got work to do and we're going to do better and all this. And I was like, this is annoying as hell because
it's like, just talking. Yeah, I was gonna say, don't tell me, show me. Yeah. And this is what's fucked up about it. Cause you just said Jane Fonda said all that important shit, but it's going to be blended with all the pandering shit that's going on. So with her saying that and with everybody else trying to force that energy, like we're trying for black people. So now what she said blends into that. Like what she said was important.
And it was genuine, you could tell.
That's what I'm saying. But it's going to blend with all the bullshit of it. And it's a lot of it. That's why when the awards came up, I was saying like I was like, Chicago 7 is going to win just because of what it deals with. Like it's what's going on. They feel like they have to do that. They feel like right now, especially with these times, because the NBA is all focused on it. They keep doing these protests and shit. Even the NFL is trying to get in on it. The fucking KFC has a black fist as a chicken wing. Everybody's trying to pander towards black people.
It's that's the thing that gets kind of worrisome about these award shows. Like, are they just going to give it to the black actor or actress just to make
people
happy?
Will.
But the thing about these awards that were given, they were deserving. They weren't just filler nominations and filler wins. Like Chadwick more than deserving.
And that's the thing. Just make it if it's a good enough movie, then just give him the award. Don't do it to get in good graces. If you know that this movie is better than this movie, so just give the award because of that. Don't do it because it's the right thing to do for the time because we're down with everybody. No, don't do that.
See what happened. And it'd be different if there was like no good content. Like, well, there wasn't really any good films or performances, so I can understand why nothing was nominated.
And it's like Jared Leto, I'm glad he had an attitude that he didn't win. He should feel like he should have won. I feel like he shouldn't have won, but he should feel like he should have won. It's like, be genuine on how you feel. If you feel like I was a better actor, then by any means, that's it is what it is. I respect that aspect that you going like this, and then when you turn the camera off, like, fuck that nigga, he wasn't good. He only got it because he was black. You know what I mean? I'd rather you be honest with it. Don't clap. I didn't win. I got an attitude about it. So what? Make it realistic. Fuck it.